this is one city where you can catch a cab.
You can. Yeah.
You can catch a cab.
I've done it multiple times.
It's not like
trip.
New York. The ladies putting on a great show here in team competition this morning. Let's see what the guys can do. And you hear the roar going up in the crowd here because Colombia is in the house. Colombia qualifying second this week and getting to the men's team bronze medal match. And it's the first time Colombian men have made it to the medal matches in the history of the World Cup.
Well, they've got a very good training regimen going. They've imported a coach from the United Kingdom, Richard Priestman. You're going to see him in the coach's box, and he's done great work with the Colombian archers. And the Colombian archers, I know, have been working to get other countries to come in and work with them. I was actually invited for a training camp before this event to come and shoot with their archers, and that's the type of thing that they're doing with their archers. They're not sending their archers to other places to train with other high-level archers. They're importing other archers to come and train with their archers so that they get their training down and see what's out there in the world to know what they're up against.
Raises the level of competition for Daniel Felipe Pineda, Daniel Betancur and AndresPila, the three archers who this week defeated Chinese Taipei 5-1 in the 1/8 round, knocked off Malaysia 6-2 in the quarterfinals before losing to the United States by the same score of 6-2. Meanwhile, China defeated Brazil 5-1 in the 1/8 round, won in a shoot-off against Spain in the quarterfinals before being shut out by Korea 6-0. So here is China, the team from China. China, of course, won last month at stage 3 in Wrocław, defeating Italy 6-2. Dai Xiaozhang was on that team. Today, though, it is Xing, Xuesong, and Wang representing the People's Republic of China. So a strong team sent from China, competing for the bronze medal here today. Just to recap the season, in Shanghai it was Indonesia winning a 5-4 shoot-off against Spain for the bronze medal. In Antalya, Konialty Beach, France defeated Team USA. And as I mentioned a moment ago, China defeated Italy 6-2 in Wrocław at Centennial Park. So now China going for back-to-back bronze medals in men's team competition.
I'm very interested to see how Colombia handles this because it's their first time for the recurve men in front of the home crowd. And from personal experience, I know how nerve-wracking that can be when I was shooting at Pan Am's. And so
up in Toronto
in front of my home crowd, and it's
and you
just
can
exciting.
tell yourself, Crispin, and you can tell everybody else, it doesn't make any difference. Same target, same distance, all those things. But when you've got friends and family in the stands and it's your home nation, it does make a difference.
Oh yeah, it's very, very different, and you could train for it all you want, but unless you actually get into that situation, you're never going to know how that feels until you're there.
Xing with a 7 to start off, the 24-year-old who averages 9. Second shot now for China. A little bit better. Everybody's got to get dialed in.
Must mean that the conditions on the practice field compared to this field must be very different if the men at their poundage with that heavy of an arrow.
That bite the line?
I think it caught the line, yeah.
Yep. So 7-8-9 for China to start off, in Colombia being cheered on by the fans.
Oh, I bet it's going to be a very loud house in here if he shoots a 9 with his first arrow.
Daniel Felipe Pineda puts it out in the red ring.
I am not putting it past the Colombians that they're telling each other where they're aiming and where the arrows are going.
This is the 19-year-old Daniel Betancur. And he's high in the 7 ring as that shadow casts across the target. And a good look at AndresPila, 24 years old. There's the shot they were looking for.
And a tied score.
Perfecto. So we were tied 24 all after the first 3 shots. China trying to pick things up. Xing Yu with a 9, improving upon his first shot, which was a 7.
They're a little wide. That's interesting to see that China hasn't dialed in and stopped the left-right action. That's a good shot.
Right in the middle for China. So China with 51 points in the opening set.
And a 10-9-9, or just 28 points, will win the set.
And I believe that was Xuesong with the 10. Now Pineda. Giving something for this hometown crowd to cheer about. Colombia.
10.
So the second 10 of this first set.
And gold is good. Just need to put it in the gold to win this set.
Betancur with the 10. Now Pila, who won a team bronze medal at the Arizona Cup. And
that's
there's the 8 that ties it up.
Those shadows are just being a little deceptive, especially if the arrow is straight at 12 o'clock.
And it is high noon here in Medellin.
It's casting that shadow straight down on the target, so it's a little confusing to see where it's landing. You have to kind of take a second look at it.
But a good opening for Colombia. They were able to get through that opening, get the jitters out, and they split the set, so they're all right.
And then if you just win the next 2 sets, then you've got the match.
And the same could be said for China as well. They get their jitters out. They're all right.
I've always wondered about that. Since this is set play, it's a lot like tennis. And I've wondered if there are any tennis players out there that get out onto the court and, you know, just get a feel of the court without worrying about their score, because there's so many games to play in tennis. So if they just get out there, get a feel of it, you know, throw the first couple of games, not throw it, but not really care about the result of the first couple of games. Get your rhythm and timing and everything down. Get used to the court, get used to the clay, the grass, the whatever surface they're playing on. I wonder if we can apply that to archery, but we don't have as many games as they do.
I wonder if that's what happened to Serena Williams yesterday.
I still have yet to see that match.
Amazing, amazing. You're shocked when somebody like that, a great athlete like that, does lose finally.
But it's, again, the way sports happen is everybody's out to get everybody else, and there's no easy ride at any level.
So tied up at 1 apiece, we begin the second set, and China to shoot first. Xing Yu, 24 years of age, 106th in the world, 39 wins in his career, and he gets the 10 for a good start for China. Xing Yu having a very good summer of 2015, picked up a mixed team silver and a team gold medal in Shanghai. Elbow a little bit shaky.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a hesitation on that shot before it went off, and that's why it's way out right.
Wang, 30 years of age, and the winner of a mixed team gold medal in Antalya last year in 2014. And now Xuesong.
It was on the line, but it's definitely in, according to our cameras. Let's see what Colombia comes up with as they return fire.
Felipe Pineda. He was on the team that won a bronze medal at the Arizona Cup this year. Finished 17th individually last year here in Medellin.
That's a little bit of a long shot. And when you hold a shot for that long, usually your fingers are, they've got the lactic acid buildup, and they come off of the string a little bit rough, and it's more often than not on a right-handed shooter out to the left, which is why Pineda's shot was a left 8 and Ida Roman's shot was a left 2. It was a little high, and you know, that takes a whole different bunch of factors into consideration, but generally on a right-handed shooter it goes left.
Basically the muscles get tired after a while.
And they come off a little, the fingers come off the string a little bit stiffer than what they normally would when you come off nice and relaxed. And that's what happens. That's why recurve archery is very, very hard to master. You have to be able to open those fingers just right for it to fly into the center.
Xing Yu with a red ringer. Now Wang. He's been on the scene for about a decade now. Trying to keep it steady, and oh, steady as she goes. Wang with a terrific shot. Setting the table for Xuesong.
That's a 10.
So 3 10s, 4 10s, excuse me, in this second set. A very strong set for China.
And that clinches the set
yes,
for
it does.
China. Colombia has just got some sighter arrows in.
Pineda still left.
8. Looks like we've got that tailwind back on the field of play. Flags are pointed straight at the target.
When play began about an hour ago, the wind was not a factor at all, but it has kicked up a little bit. And Betancur, you betcha. Betancur ranked 34th in the world. Finished 9th at Copenhagen at the World Championships. And here is AndresPila out in the 6 ring.
He was running out of time, so
had to let it fly and hope for the best.
Yeah, technically the arrows didn't really matter at that point because China had already won the set, but I know he just probably wanted to get that shot off and make sure that they got all their arrows on the target.
By the way, in this match, we're watching Xing Yu of China. Xing Yu, one of those who has qualified already and has a lock on Mexico City in the World Cup finals coming up next month in October. So Xing Yu, gentlemen that we will see in Mexico City, the World Cup finals. And in the match coming up, we'll see Brady Ellison and Colin Klimenchek. Both of those gentlemen have also secured their berth in Mexico City, the World Cup finals. There you see the scores, 3-1 in favor of China after the first 2 sets. Here on a day where the popsicles are very popular.
It's quite hot out there right now.
It is a toasty warm day. Of course, in Medellin, temperature almost never varies all that much, between 65, 85 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the other archers that I know here, and she was saying that the temperature is pretty much the same.
Year round.
All year round, and I don't know, as a Canadian, I'd find that very boring.
You need the 4 seasons, huh?
Hey, exactly.
I
Not
don't
the
know.
hotel, the actual seasons.
As an older guy, I find the 65 to 85 to be quite nice. That idea of shoveling snow is becoming less and less intriguing.
I can empathize with that on some days.
Pineda needs to put one in the middle. And does.
Very good opening.
Daniel Felipe coming through with a big shot. Here's Betancur. With another 10. Muy caliente. Colombia trying to get red hot. AndresPila trying to keep it going. Out. Looked like an 8 to me.
It's an 8, yes. Well, hopefully that's given Colombia a little bit of momentum to finish off this set and tie it up with China.
And here is the man we were talking about, Xing Yu, who will be at the World Cup finals. He starts off with a 9 here in the 3rd set. China wins this set. They win the bronze medal. So dire, desperate situation for Colombia trying to keep this match alive. As Wang.
Oh, he's shaking. A little bit of hesitation. He's not coming through that clicker very well. Saved it.
Caught the line.
that situation, because of the time constraints, you just need to be able to finish your shot and be absolutely strong and committed to finishing that shot.
Very quick release by Xuesong, the 21-year-old. And Colombia with the 1-point advantage here in this third set, leading 28-27 midway through the third set. Of course, they're down 3-1 on match points. Pineda put up a 10 on his first shot. Cannot match it. Daniel Betancur. And now Pila, a 3-time medalist at the Pan Am Championships.
Seven.
And it looked a little shaky on the release.
I think the nerves were getting to him, unfortunately. But again, 3 arrows left for China. Anything can happen in 3 arrows.
Xing, who has won World Cup medals in 2012, 2011, 2010, 2013, picked up a team silver in Shanghai, a mixed team gold and a team bronze in Antalya. And this season, a mixed team silver and a team gold in Shanghai. And he put up the 10 to get them going. However, that 7 makes things interesting.
China needs a 9 to win.
And it's up to Xuesong to try to clinch it for China.
9.
And there's the 9 that China needed. 9 is enough. They win the set 53-52, and they win the match 5-1.
It was a very good showing from Team Colombia to come out here and still take a tie from China. And I think this was the first of many showings that we're going to see from Team Colombia. And you can see Team Colombia here in the stands kind of deflated. I know they wanted to see their team come away with a medal, but 4th place is still nothing to bat your eyes at.
Baby steps. This is the first time that Colombia has put a men's recurve team into a medal match on recurve, well, usually recurve Sunday, but now recurve Saturday. This is the first time. This is the first step, and I'm sure a progression for this nation.
Yeah, and